everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a Twist, and I'm going to be using the really cute Sweet Jar bundle, and this is an online exclusive, and I've just been having so much fun with it. It was actually my May class and the mail kit. I did show those cards last week, and I still have a couple of those available. So if you are in the USA and you missed that class, make sure you holler at me so I can get those in the mail to you. But before I put that stamp set away, I thought, you know what? I'm going to play with it a little bit more. And I went to my online store and I found a really cute card that I'm going to do today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So for my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist, I'll do 2 projects. It's usually 2. Sometimes there's more, but there's at least 2. And so the first card I'm going to do is Stampin' Up's version. My take of it, I could be off a little bit on colors, but it's still basically my case of one of their projects, and then I'll do a twist on it. So this has been a really popular series, and it's been fun. It's like a little challenge. And now I sometimes have a hard time finding the recipes online. So now it's even like a double challenge, right? Because now I try to figure out how the original card was done, but it's all fun and games. So it's just cardstock, right? If it's not quite the same, it's not brain surgery, like I always say. So that's what we're gonna do. So I also have my mini masterpiece to share with you as well. So I will share that first so I don't forget, because knowing me, I will forget. And also head on over to my blog over here, and you can see all the awesome stuff that's happening in June. Like there's the album retreat. I'm like cutting the things off my shorts. There's the album retreat. There's the 50% off, buy one get one half off. The sweets. There's new online exclusives. I'm trying to think what all I put on my blog, but there's so much going on in June. So it's an exciting time, like halfway into 2025 already. All right, so I'm gonna turn my camera and get started. So close your eyes for a second while I do that. Okay, so this is the cute little mini masterpiece that you can earn for the month of June. So what I do is I have these little mini masterpieces, and I just make them, and if you order 75 before tax and shipping in my online store in the month of June, I will send you a little mini masterpiece, and that will be in your thank you card. Now I send your thank you cards the following month. So like right now I'm working on the mini masterpieces for May, so they'll go out with your May thank you card, but it will go out the first part of June. And I just do that because some people order more during the month, and then instead of sending multiple thank you cards, and maybe you ordered twice and then it made it to the qualifying 75, then you'd earn the thing. So I just wait till the following month. But isn't this so cute? So I've been having so much fun making these because I've been pulling out some of my old favorite stamp sets, and this is one of them. I just love the hat box on here with that doily sticking out, and I just love how this turned out. So I've been having so much fun playing with some of the old sets. So if you want to see more about this, go over to my blog here, and you will be able to read a little bit more in regards to that. And that's just something that I do. That's not something that Stampin' Up! Offers. That's just something that I started a while ago when we were going to start having the new rewards. I was not going to be able to do my goodies and guts like I did before. But I still wanted to put a little something special in your thank you card that didn't cost extra in postage, because oh my gosh, postage is going up and up and up. So this is just easy. I can slip that in your thank you card, and I love that you're receiving them as much as I have been making them, because they are super fun. All right, so let's get to today's card. So I'm going to be using the Sweet jar bundle, and it has a coordinating punch, and it is just such a fun set. I'm also going to be using the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. All right, now my card is it's actually the Memories and More card, and they're like 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I can't remember now because I trimmed this down to make it be like it's almost kind of like a slim line, but not quite. Because when I think slim line, I think like longer than this. Sorry, I'm making so much noise. I'm getting my ruler here. I want to say slim line is a little longer, but it's kind of slimline-ish. So this is like 6 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I just basically kept that Memories and More card the same like length. I just trimmed it to 3 1/4, and then that way it's going to fit in that envelope. And then I cut this paper just at 6 by 3 so that we have that paper there. Because we are going to stamp on here with the, I'm getting some scrap. Hang on a second. There is my grid sheet. Here it is. All right. So I'm going to stamp on this with Coastal Cabana. So the colors I'm using today are Lemon Lolly, Bubble Bath, Peach Pie, and Coastal Cabana. And so they have taken the Coastal Cabana, and this is the little, they're using it as just a decoration on that DSP, but it actually can be used for the chocolate chips. And I'm going to do a card tomorrow with this bundle as well, because like I said, it is so cute. I have it out on my desk, so I just want to, you know, have more fun with it before I put it away. All right, so I'm just putting these little splatteries or whatever. It just adds a little something to the Designer Series paper in the back. All right, and then let's bring some scrap over, and I want to do a happy birthday. So I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping so I can close some of these ink pads, because I have ink pads open all over, and that is not a good thing to do, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to go happy birthday. I love this font. It reminds me of like an old typewriter kind of font. All right, so let me close that. And that was just Memento. And then we are going to stamp some of the jars. So I need my jar right here. And we'll do Bubble Bath. And I always want to call this Bubble Gum, but it's Bubble Bath. So we're going to go Bubble Bath jar. And then we're going to go Bubble Bath candles inside the Bubble Bath jar. All right. But then we're going to have to clean, because we're going to make all these jars be really, really colorful. And the candles are going to be the same color as the jar. So this is your Bubble Bath one. Then we have our Peach Pie. So I'm going kind of light to dark. So we have Peach Pie. Okay. And then we have Coastal Cabana. And these are just little scraps of cardstock. When I'm cutting classes, I always have like little pieces, and I just keep them on my desk. So I always have like little pieces ready to go. All right, and I need to wash that. So then we'll do the same thing. So coastal jar, and then coastal candles. And then the last jar will be the lemon lolly. And it's also going to be the stamp I use for the candle flames. Let me wash that in my candle. Because usually I would have done the lemon lolly first because it's the faintest color. But since I did the flames all in that, I figured I would just do that last. All right, so we have our lemon lolly. And our candles. And then we'll put flames on all our candles. Okay. I'll close these pads up. Like I said, they are just like asking to have something dropped in them. And I won't even tell you. Well, I will. I will tell you. I was doing one of the little mini masterpieces. I got them all the way done for May. And when I inked up the little stamp that I put on the back, where's my little hand? I have my little hand stamped. So, and I wasn't paying attention. So this is why you always want to pay attention. So I inked it up, put it on the little thing, but I didn't realize it had picked up the little mini masterpiece. So the mini masterpiece was stuck here, and I laid this on the ink pad, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I had totally ruined my little mini masterpiece, so I had to do another one. So yeah, so pay attention to what you're doing, right? All right, so I'm going to punch out my little jars. I keep getting too close to my camera, and it's totally confusing it in regards to getting fuzzy. Although it's good that it focuses, because oh my gosh, if I had to manually focus, I wouldn't know what I was doing. All right. But sometimes it's a little slow in getting focused. So I have all my jars punched out. And then off to the side here, I have cardstock in all of those colors. So I have, and that's going to be my lids. So I have a bubble bath, a coastal, a peach, and a lemon lolly. I love punches, but oh my gosh, it makes so much stuff everywhere, right? All right, so let's bring this stuff over so we can put our card together. And then we can do our twist. So we have our paper with the cute little stamped images. And it's so funny, when I was also doing it, I thought it was they used the candle, and I'm like, that's going to take forever. And then I realized, oh no, they used the chocolate chip little splatter, but it looks really cute on there. All right, so let's get this. So we're going to take our peach and our bubble bath, and we're going to put those on first because the other two are going to be in front. So I have just some glue dots for the first couple jars. And it just kind of goes back there. And then we have our bubble bath. And he's going to be over here like that. And then these guys, they're going to go on with dimensionals. So they're going to be a little more raised than the other one. Okay, what color is this one? This is a yellow one. So he's over here. Probably should have moved this guy a tad, but that's all right. All right, and then we'll put our coastal. They're just almost like they're dancing on the card. And then this guy. And then I want my, I want to call them hats, but my lids. So I'm going to use the adhesive foam adhesive sheets because I just want a little skinny piece of dimensional. So I'm just going to use these. So I'm just going to kind of cut that up the side. I'm going to peel it off and expose that sticky. And then I'm just going to put it on the back of each of the lids. And that way all the lids have some dimension to them. And the bubble bath one. And then I just come over and add the little lids. Now the lids are open on them, which makes the jars, I think that makes the jars kind of look happy, right? Like they're so excited, you know, they're almost smiling or whatever. So they look kind of cute with their lids open. And then our coastal. And our bubble. So cute. And then we have our happy birthday. Now happy birthday is just fussy cut it out. And they have actually split it apart. Happy birthday. And I'm going to put some green tip glue. So I separated these a little bit more than the other one. So I'm only going to glue it on this side. So it's going to be a tad bit different. And then, because this one should be able to straddle. Yeah, these two. So I can put a little bit there and there to hold that on there. But isn't this font so fun? It totally does remind me of old typewriter. So just kind of move those around a little bit, and then the glue will adhere. And then I'm going to use the In Color flat pearls. And I want the yellow ones. Okay. So we're just going to kind of plop them around the card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's the first card. So it's really cute and quick, right? And really colorful with the by doing the jars the same as the candles and the lids. It just makes it look super, super fun. All right, so let's do the twist now. So for my twist, I pulled out some different designer series paper, and I also pulled out the Spotlight on Nature die. So the paper I'm going to use this time is the Celebratory Sips. Alright. So you can see I kept the card the same size because it's super cute, and it just makes it a little different shape, right? But we still have the envelopes because I'm still using that Memories and More cards. So here are my pieces. So let me put those together in a second. And this is what I mean by these are the envelopes that come with the Memories and More. So this card will fit in there perfectly. The envelope is just a little bit thicker because we did trim the card down, but that's okay. All right. So now I have more of these scraps I talked about. Also, I always have tons of these little pieces that I put on my desk as well. I have a little, when I go antiquing, I picked up one of these cute little, what is it, gravy, kind of like a gravy boat. But I just put all my basic white pieces in here, and then I just kind of pull from them. I have another one on the other side of my desk. It's another little gravy boat. And then this one has dies, because sometimes I'll cut too many, and then I just know that, you know, I always go there to look for them first. I just have so much stuff on my desk. And then I think I've showed you this before. This is another like a little gravy boat, creamer, whatever. And then I have my little bottles in there. So yeah, I just have little bits of this and that everywhere. So I'm going to use for my greeting one of these little strips because it was the perfect size for my happy birthday. And I'm going to stamp it in the center because I'm going to trim that out. All right. Now my jar this time, I'm going to do with the Memento. And I'm going to use the hearts instead. So I have my jar. And then this stamp set also comes with the lid. And I'm like looking where I put the lid. Here it is. And I'm just going to do that with the Memento as well. So I have my lid is stamped. I think that's all I need the Memento for. All right. Now, this also has, so I said I'm going to use the hearts, but it has this right here, which is kind of like a background. And it works with the hearts, and it works with the cookies as well. And I will play with it this week and do some more with this bundle. All right, so this is freesia. So I'm just going to put freesia down inside. And it almost looks like bubbly, right? It looks like it could almost be like a lava jar. But we're going to put our hearts over top of it. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm just going to, you know, kind of look at the bottom of my hearts and stamp them. And then that kind of keeps them in the jar and super cute. All right, so I want that to dry just a little bit before I mess with it too much. So while that's drying, let's do the inside of our card, and then I can close these ink pads up. So I just cut a little strip. So the inside of the card is just a 6x3 piece of basic white. And oh, I need my Memento back. I totally forgot about this part. All right, hold on a second. So my Memento is going to say sending a little, and then there's a blank spot. So just like my darling dinos, they did the same thing. So they leave this little spot that you could stamp something inside of that with with the same color. I could use Memento, but I'm going to use my Freesia, and I'm going to stamp. So this stamp set has love, it has luck, happy birthday, sweetness, party. I mean, there's a few different things. And I'm just going to put love, since I had the hearts. And then it also has these 3 little standalone hearts. And I'm going to put that with the Blackberry Bliss as well. And once I got this card done, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make a whole bunch of these, because who does not need birthday cards, right? I send birthday cards to my team. I try to send them to my family, and I am the worst. I always send them to my team. But when it comes to family, I'm like so bad, but I need to get better at it. But these are the cutest little cards, and I'm like, I should make some of these up and have on handy, and then I don't have an excuse, right? There's no excuse. They're right there in my little cupboard. All I have to do is pull one out. So I might make some more of these, because these are super cute. I do need to order more of the memories and more. All right, so there is that. And then I'm going to put the die on there with some dimensionals. I also used a different bling for this card. Let me pop some of these little circles out. This is a fun die. It's got all sorts of, you know, different cutouts. All right, so I'm just going to set this here. And I think that should be plenty dry by now. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals too. Now, sometimes when I make a bunch of cards to mail, I don't use as many dimensionals as I do on the video, just because of the postage and stuff. All right. Let me get my happy birthday. I do want to cut this at an angle here. There we go. And then this is going to go on the card with dimensionals as well. And then I'm going to cut a tiny little piece of that foam adhesive, because I'm going to do the same thing with the lid. I'm going to have it kind of be at an angle so it looks like the hearts are kind of flowing. So I'll just use my foam adhesive sheet. And then you can make it be as big or as small as you want in regards to dimensionals. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other one. I'm just going to have that kind of be open like that. And then let's put our happy birthday. And then we'll put our bling, and then this card will be done. All right, now I'm going to tuck this up underneath here, like that. So fun. All right, and then the bling I'm going to use this time are the Opal Round Assortments. Now, for the class, we did, oh my gosh, we did ones that I had retired, and now I can't even find them. But they had some Blackberry Bliss. So, but I like these opal rounds. So they're just kind of, you see through them. So we have 1, 2. Oh, that one's stuck on my finger. 2. Let's see. 3, 4, and 5. And sometimes also for mailing cards, I might not put as many blings. I probably do a little more embellishing and stuff for the video. And then a lot of times, if there's lots of, if it sticks out too much, I'll have to put it in a bubble envelope, or I will hand, it'll be a card that we hand to somebody. Jeff's always coming to me for birthday cards. All right, so this is the twist. So here we go. So here is the catalog, or the online. It's actually in my store online. You'll see this sample. And then here is the twist. So I'm kind of partial to this one because I like all the different colors and stuff, but basically it was totally inspired by this card, and I think I really do need to make some more of these. And this one is super easy to make. All right, let me say see you later, alligator. It is super easy to make, and this would be a great card to use up your designer series paper, right? Because those hearts could be any color. I could have had it be the candles. There's cookies. So I think I'm going to play with the cookies tomorrow. So make sure you come back tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays. That will be at 3 o'clock, airs at a time, same channel. And we'll play with this stamp set again, and we'll make some cookies this time. And these cookies are even better. They might not taste as good, but they are fat-free, so that's always a good thing. Since I've been eating really, really bad since Disney and they got home, I need to get back to eating sensible. But, so yeah. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you Tuesday. All right, bye for now.